Hello and welcome to this week's Patriots Mailbag. I'm Doug Kyde. If you have a question for me, tweet it to me at Doug Kyde using the hashtag MailDoug, and maybe I'll answer it here or in my weekly written mailbag on Nesson.com. First question here from Chris asks, odds Damien Harris remains inactive this week and the fan base freaks out. Chris, there's a chance of that happening because there's going to be an odd man out in that Patriots running back core, and it's not going to be Sony Michel, it's not going to be Rex Burkhead, and it's not going to be James White. So either rookie J.J. Taylor or Damien Harris will likely be inactive this week against the Chiefs. Harris has been designated for return, but he's not actually been activated to the 53-man roster quite yet. So maybe the Patriots could hold off for another week or two, let that hand fully heal, then get him back on the field. Personally, I would make J.J. Taylor inactive. I know that he contributes in the run game. I know that he contributes as a kick returner and a punt returner. He's looked good so far, but I think that Damien Harris is the bigger talent. He's a more complete player, and I think you need all hands on deck against the Chiefs this weekend. I think that Damien Harris gives you the better shot to win there. Second question, John asks, what kind of impact or role would you see Bo Allen playing upon his return? Bo Allen is the Patriots' biggest defender. He's 327 pounds. He's the nose tackle in the middle of the defense, that Danny Shelton, Vince Wilfork, Ted Washington type role. So I'm not saying that he's the same level of player, but we still have not even seen Bo Allen practice yet. He seemingly got hurt sometime between when the start of training camp began and when the media was actually available to watch practices. So we don't totally know what he's going to look like in this Patriots defense, but if he is that big space eater in the middle, that's what the Patriots need right now. They've really struggled to stop the run so far. Their other defensive tackles are more in the 300-pound range, Byron Cowart, Adam Butler, and Lawrence Guy. So they need that big nose tackle to help take up space. Final question here from Kyle. He asks, who does Belichick try and take out schematically from the Chiefs' offense? Is it Kelce in a similar style to the Vegas game plan, Hill, or Clyde? And therein lies the problem of trying to defend the Chiefs' offense, because they have multiple players who are good enough where you would usually try to game plan to take them out of the offense. And you can't do it against Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill. The Patriots can only put 11 players on the field, so you can't double both of them. That will leave multiple other guys open. So I think that it all depends on the situation. If it's a short yard situation, if it's goal line, maybe you try to double up Travis Kelce a little bit more. If you're in the middle of the field, if it's a long yardage situation, then you have to put a few bodies on Tyreek Hill. Personally, I'd like to see J.C. Jackson against Tyreek Hill. He hasn't done that in the past. He doesn't quite have the speed of someone like Jonathan Jones, but he's a better coverage player, one of the better cornerbacks in the NFL, so I think that would be a really fun matchup to watch. As far as Travis Kelce goes, I would probably try the rookie, Kyle Duggar. I know the Patriots started out with Joan Williams against Darren Waller last week, but he got popped for a couple of holding penalties and was actually benched for Kyle Duggar in the second half of that game. So in this one, I'd start out with Duggar. If there's any issues, then maybe you could bring Joan Williams or another defensive back in to try to help out on Kelce. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire is another problem because he's a really good running back. Patriots probably going to put a lot of defensive backs on the field, so they could really get gashed up the middle. And he's a good pass catcher. But I think that Adrian Phillips, maybe one of those other safeties, Duggar or Williams, or someone like Jason McCourty could try to help neutralize him a little bit in the passing game, because you don't want a linebacker on him because he's a pretty speedy running back. But I don't know, it's going to be a very tough challenge to try to cover everyone in this Chiefs offense. So I'm personally excited to see how the Patriots try to do it on Sunday.